I'm going to show you how I replace the heating element on this Maytag clothes dryer. This will be similar for Whirlpool dryers as well as other brands of dryer. The problem with the heating element was noticed because the dryer was running for 3 hours and the clothes had not become at all dry yet. Even with the temperature set to high, if you open the dryer door, you will notice no heat coming from where it should be inside the dryer. So everything else was working, but no heat was actually heating the clothes up. On the inside of the door, you'll notice a model number where you can then source parts. This is the dryer heating element, which needed to be replaced, and I'll get to why in just a minute. Before doing any work on a dryer, you need to unplug the unit from the wall. I could have just shut off the breaker, but I want to be 100% sure no power is getting to the unit. With the machine tilted forward or completely on the front door, I'm going to detach the exhaust vent from the back of the machine. Tuck that out of the way. Now I can remove the back panel by loosening the 9 1/4-inch screws that hold the back panel to the dryer. Once the screws are removed, lift the panel up and away from the dryer over the exhaust vent. This will reveal all the working components of the heating system. Down this right side here, at the bottom, is the heating element. There are the coils. It's just this little rectangle with a thermostat attached to it. Remove the wires. I have previously made a repair to this, so I had to reinstall the heat shrink on the cable to the right. A few months ago, I repaired a heating element that actually shorted out. I will link to that other video in the video description. Remove those 2 wires from the thermostat and then the 2 screws that hold the heating element to the back of the dryer. With those 2 screws removed, lift up from the heating element from the bottom to release it from the vent that it's in. Now we can take a look at it, inspect it, and see if this is in fact the failure point. The connection to the wires seems good, but looking at it a little bit closer, this heating element is very old, and you can see a break in the coils right here. That will prevent the heating element from heating up and is 100% the problem in this situation. I ordered a factory direct one from actually Whirlpool for this Maytag dryer. It cost more for the Whirlpool Maytag official heating element, more than an aftermarket one on Amazon, but I don't want to mess around with this part of the dryer, so I will give various links in the video description to product. Now, I did not get a thermostat because I saw that the coil was broke. I'm going to keep using the old thermostat, so we need to transfer it over from the old one to the new one. You can see this little metal tab that the one side of the thermostat clips in. I bent that a little bit. You probably don't have to, but I just made it easier to remove. In order to remove the thermostat, you need to pull on the terminal that connects to the thermostat. And it was on there pretty good, and I didn't want to break anything. I was trying to be extra careful, but I finally took my needle nose pliers and pulled, and I was worried something broke, but luckily it was still all intact. With that terminal removed, it just slides off that metal tab I was talking about, and now we can transfer it to the new heating element. It might have been a good idea just to get a replacement thermostat, but I actually think this repair is pretty easy, so if it does fail, then I can always come back and put a new one in. But I'm going to transfer it by putting the terminal on the same terminal that it was on the old one, on the new one. I'm going to make sure it's fully seated and secure, all while making sure that metal tab was in the hole, and this is kind of loosely in there, but that's how it's designed. Now it's time to install the new heating element, and you need to match up those 2 indents with where it installs by putting those in first, and then it tilts down right into place. Get the 2 screws that hold the heating element and screw them back in. Then attach the 2 wires to the thermostat exactly how they were on the old one. Again, I had to add some heat shrink because the last time I worked on the heating element, the kind of heat shrink around it did tear off, so I had to replace that. I'll link to that in a different video. Now we can grab that back panel. In order to get the back panel on, you need to start from the top and then kind of slide it down into place. Once it is fully seated, and you'll see that on the bottom of the machine, tighten all 9 screws, and then we can attach the dryer duct. Make sure there are no holes in the dryer duct, that it's still all good. This has a simple clamp that you can squeeze with your hand. Make sure it's fully covered over the exit vent of the dryer. Use the clamp to fully seat it and make sure that it doesn't go anywhere when we put it back down. Now I'm going to put the dryer back into place, making sure not to crush the venting. And for some reason, I decided to plug in the machine before letting it sit on the ground. And I'm going to make sure that that ductwork is not crimped, not smashed, and has as easy of a time letting the air flow through it as possible. So it kind of makes a hard turn out of the machine, but it's crimped as minimally as possible, and it'll be all good. Now I can give it a test. And after it ran just for a few seconds, once I open the door mid-cycle, you can see the heat element glowing red because the heat is flowing again. So if you found this video helpful, hit the like button, subscribe to my channel. Any additional links will be provided in the video description. If you have any questions, leave a comment.